And somewhere along the way, surviving just became enough. Younger you dreamed of this, so you need to make him proud. In the same aspect of when you were younger, how often did you dream or have that wishful thinking that someone was going to save you, money would just be dropped into your life, or why wasn't I born in the same fortunate circumstances that other people were? So, when you're younger, you obviously out of touch. You would think to yourself, saying, one day I'm going to make it. One day I'll be a millionaire. One day I'll have the cool cars that I really don't know anything about. So, as you get older, you got your 9 to 5, and somewhere along the way, you convince yourself that dreaming big and having real goals in life was somehow unrealistic because no one else around you did it. Somewhere along the way, you were convinced that the only way you'd ever end up becoming successful is working till you're 65 and pulling out a 401k. So maybe you go to college or you enter the trades like me and you work for years doing something you absolutely hate, but it's what you're supposed to do, right? That's how you be a good member of society. You pay your taxes and live exactly by the book how they want you to. In the same way that younger you is hoping that you make it out and you do something with your life, so is you from the future. Future you is watching. Future you can either be thanking you right in this moment or they can be cursing you for what you have done. 3 years is going to pass, and I use this analogy a lot, but it will. No matter what you do, time doesn't stop. If you start now, in 3 years you will be unrecognizable if you stay consistent. In 3 years, you could have a very successful business that you're able to quit your 9 to 5. In 3 years, you could be in the shape you wanted. Future you is thanking you for starting today. In the same aspect, or they are also cursing you for not starting today, the same way that you might be cursing past you for not starting 3 years ago. 3 more years will go by, and the only thing that is going to change is you. The only thing you have to compete with is you. Psychologically, it is the hardest part to get past, and I'm still not past it myself. There have been days that I just want to curl up and quit. There have been days that I feel like it's not worth it, but I know it is, and I keep going because the fear of dying as just another person that walked on this earth and achieved no dreams scares me more than anything else. So the two people you really need to impress in this life, they're not the people on social media. It's not some girl, it's you. You need to impress 7-year-old you and 77-year-old you. Is 7-year-old you gonna look at you in 7 years from now and be proud? Is 77-year-old you gonna look back at you in 7 years and think, I'm just another guy on a deathbed? What did I achieve? I showed up where it mattered. I did the bare minimum and took care of my family, yes, but what did I actually do? And here's the game changer. You know you could escape. You know logically you can. You know it's possible. You know there are millions of other people that can do it. There's no reason you can't. There's millions of millionaires in the United States alone, and you're telling me you can't? People that have this victim mentality, they've already lost, not because they could never do it, but because they've already convinced themselves and let the brainwashing get far enough in their head where they genuinely believe that they can't because the system says they can't. Your parents grew up in a different time than you did. They grew up in a time where the American dream, working a 9 to 5 to get that white picket fence and have a decent life vacation every year, was reasonable. Now, you and your spouse have to get jobs or work a crap ton of overtime just to meet the bare minimum. No one's coming to save you, no one came to save them, but they lived in a completely different time, mentality, society than we do now. So, you know you can. You owe it to your future self. You owe it to your family. Now that you know you can, and you don't, you simply choose not to. You're simply letting your future wife or husband be complacent, not letting them live their dream life, maybe requiring them to work. You're going to simply require your kids to go through the exact same trap you did. And when you die, your kids will remember you and maybe your grandkids, but after that, you'll be nothing. You owe it to yourself. Become a legacy in your family. Start that family name that goes for generations. Your future spouse or your spouse now and your future kids, they deserve it. You owe it to them. You owe them that. You owe yourself that. But somewhere along the way, When did surviving become enough? When did just being able to afford food become the baseline that everyone chooses to live at? I wonder if you even remember how you transferred into adulthood. Realizing that it's not easy anymore, life isn't there, your parents aren't going to be able to help you out of every situation now. Now you have bills, work, weekend, repeat. You gotta work to survive. And that's what makes it dangerous, is you can lose 10 years without even having one obvious moment where you gave up because you never even started, so there's never a chance for you to truly give up. And I'm not another inspirational YouTuber. I'm not here to tell you that I have it all figured out, because I don't. That's what this channel's about, is I grow with my audience, and I want to grow and take as many with you as possible. What is your reason for going on? I feel like a lot of people will consume this type of content without having a real reason or a path that they're following. They just want money in their bank account so they can flex like all the other people on TikTok do. Well, newsflash, most of them don't even have that type of money, and it's all fake. Now, a lot do, most don't. Most want you to buy a course so that they can live that lifestyle. And that's what's so hard about entering this space, where I am now at a saturated state, because you don't know me. You don't know if I'm trying to sell you a course, which I'm not. You don't know if I'm trying to keep you addicted to these type of videos, when I'm going to say bluntly, if these videos are keeping you addicted and stopping you from achieving your goal, you should probably stop watching them. But that is not my goal whatsoever. So what is your reason? Is it what I just mentioned? Or is it to achieve true freedom? To live how you want, where you want, be where you want, when you want, have enough money to live a comfortable life without having to sacrifice your life to get it. Money without freedom means absolutely nothing. If you had $1 million right now, but only had 2 hours off work a week, that money would mean absolutely nothing. But $200,000 with 60 genuine hours, 40 genuine hours to do whatever you want means so much more. Not having to get permission to take your vacation. Not having to settle for the bare minimum car or the house or anything else. You should not be focused on surviving. You should not be focused on surviving. You should be focused on thriving.